Yeah, my mic's not on. I don't think my internet went down there. Nothing went down on my end. I could keep, music kept playing and everything, but Twitch disconnected my stream. I don't know. Weird. YouTube, I don't know if anyone's been paying attention to YouTube, but some crazy stuff's been kind of happening on YouTube. Like, they've been taking down a whole bunch of people's accounts. And, like, YouTube's doing this whole push where, like, you now have to have... Like, a bunch of people from the EU are now having to give ID, which, I mean, was already kind of a thing, but now they're literally terminating your account if you don't follow through with that. Or if you, like, break... You circumvent stuff. YouTube just seems like such a mess, though. It just seems like they're doing these, like, sweeping changes, and then they're not, like, informing users or any of the people about the changes. I'm old, I don't care. Okay, the way it has this little, like, indent right here, I don't think that's good. Okay, interesting. So, what you doing? Random shader coding. Yeah, I'm creating a BRDF. The left here is path tracing, and the right here is the BRDF, and we're trying to get the BRDF to match the path tracing. And so it's actually matching pretty much the attenuation, but it's not matching the shape. Let's see, there's like this little curving here. I'm just thinking how I can get rid of the blurring around here. I guess maybe doing max abs, so that way it takes in a little bit of the X coordinate. Maybe applying smaller scale so that that isn't as big of an influence. What if we make it a little bit smaller? Yeah, the shape around it is kind of messed up. Like this little curving going on. And the attenuation isn't as good now. Yeah, so the way I'm doing it by scaling this whole length, I don't think that's the way to do it. I think I can apply some actual, I don't know, some sort of blurring to here. Or I'm wondering if doing like a separate stage of blurring. If I could like split the light in half based off this sort of imaginary plane. So let's try doing max here. Or min, would I do this? Wait, no, yeah, max. Oh, this might be what I'm looking for, so now I can... actually... that just starts the blurring after a certain point. So I think this gradient is good, but it does not cover the actual shape. So on this little side part right here, you can actually see it becomes too attenuated. So it's interesting. It's not applying the attenuation in the right spot. So I wonder if I'm like, if I only want to add this blur, I don't know, based off the Fresnel or something, like only take it into account these sharp, or like, yeah, I don't know what you call it, like parallel view angles. This reflection still doesn't completely match up. It actually is a bit too high right here. Huh. I'm still thinking this coordinate system is not the way to do it. Like, because this y-axis I use for blurring ends up shifting based off this center. Huh. It doesn't seem like a good coordinate. Let me try just visualizing the Y. So you can see how it loops around. And this is the same thing that makes it have that indent. When I do this. Because, yeah, why does it do this? Because the Y becomes so small right here. Yeah, it still kind of expands to the side there too much. It still should just blur vertically. It still should just be blurring vertically. Where is the mouse controlling done? Is it right here? Why is this limiting it above pi? Why is this not able to rotate the camera down all the way? So this is minimum to maximum. So that goes too far, but this is what I'm trying to test here, is down lower at more of an angle. Alright, so I want to get this so it can't go through the floor. Floor height is 2. How do I figure out the maximum that this can go? I'm just gonna keep incrementing this until I'm able to get it as low as possible. I think 0.1 passed through the ground, so yeah. That's pretty good. I guess that's about as good as I'll get. That has a pretty good display of this like vertical blurring. I definitely think this is actually on the path to being correct. I just need to figure out, how do I get it to stop blurring across? Huh. I guess I could like scale this. Light position based off maybe the normal vector, or what happens if I multiply this by the normal? Okay, it kind of has the opposite effect. White. What about multiplying it by the light direction? That's kind of interesting, but not what I'm going for. So I need to figure out how I can blur it vertically like this without getting these parts at the side coming out. Don't want any of the curvature like right here. Huh. So I actually think that, I actually think this value is alright. This Y value I'm using to blur. It's just, how do I only blur that and not blur any of the side stuff? Huh. So I'm just scaling the value right now, dividing it by the Y, so as the Y gets bigger, it attenuates slower, but then obviously right here around the center it has these curves, and I don't want it stretching out or blurring on the side so much as like right here. It's actually interesting, like it very slowly goes out to the side and then comes back in. Actually, yeah, I don't think it's the same type of curve as this one here, but I wonder, what if I do max 0? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's actually kind of close. Yeah, I still think it's gonna give too much horizontal blurring. Yeah, it really increases the horizontal blurring, which is not how it's supposed to work. See, and this just makes it more dense around the light in the middle. If I reduce the lighting a little bit, Eh. Alright. I'm kind of stuck. I need to think about a different way of blurring this. I keep doing the same thing over and over again of just scaling the same attenuation value, but I'm fairly certain I need to scale something with this position, or said before, doing 2 layers, doing one blurring for this like center orb, and then doing a second layer of blurring for this anisotropic or isotropic or whatever it is. Alright. I will be right back. Alright. I think I'm done for now. This was a wee bit of game dev. Mostly like actually a wee bit of shader development. But yeah, just to go over again what I was just working on, that's actually a little project I've been working on for like, I work on that on stream like probably like every few months. So there's BRDFs. The popular ones are like GGX and Shirley and Cook Torrents. They're math functions that are, I think they're supposed to be approximating realistic lighting or trying to do realistic lighting. None of them match up though with path tracing, or at least like the specific setup of path tracing I use of reflecting the rays off random microsurface bumps that are uniformly distributed bumps, or I actually can't remember if I'm using cosine or uniformly distributed bumps, but it doesn't make huge difference. Either way, none of those BRDFs like GGX or anything approximate. GGX is actually the closest, but GGX has this really weird effect. Like GGX is supposed to be for point lights, but if a light is a point and it has no surface area, it doesn't actually exist and it can't emit light in path tracing. At least that's the way path tracing works, is you bounce light rays around, and if it hits a light, you get light. So if it's a point and it has no area or radius, you literally can't have it emit light. So that is why mathematically I think GGX is stupid, is like point lights aren't actually a thing when you're talking about realistic lighting. So this is attempting to do a sphere light BRDF that matches path tracing and is very realistic. And so working through it, sort of like layer by layer, we have diffuse lighting that nearly matches the attenuation of one roughness. So now we're working on, and also, so zero roughness is the equivalent to ray tracing a sphere. So we also know how to do zero roughness, and we know how to do one roughness. So now what we were doing here is we're trying to figure out an equation or way that we can approximate all of the blurring for different sized spheres with different reflections. It's really complicated. This, like I said, this is something that is very much work on it month after month after month and just make very slow progress, but the whole idea is eventually you should get a BRDF that is pretty realistic, and that will be very useful for so many things, having a nice BRDF. Specifically, the useful thing is to do bidirectional path tracing so that you can sample lights effectively and have it match up with the path tracing without having inconsistencies between your BRDFs and your path tracing. Anyways, that'll be it for that shader coding. It was like a few hours of doing that. I have to say, I like doing that so much more than I like doing that development in Unity. I don't know, I explained it before, but like I really don't do well with Unity. Like, it completely goes against my whole development workflow of getting into shaders and getting into, like, I don't know, deeper stuff. Whereas Unity almost seems designed for you not to touch that and just use top level stuff. Anyways, see you running around. I might stream later again today. If not, probably stream tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. See ya.
Fearless, powerful, and no sense in individual will. It is my will that guided you here. It is my will that gave you your cybernetic